Have you ever experienced the sensation of perpetually operating on empty?
Because your focus is primarily on ensuring everyone else's needs are met.
It's as though you've become the reliable confidant for everyone's issues.
Yet when you seek support in return, it's met with silence.
Familiar, isn't it?
Here lies an age-old truth.
One that has persisted since the days of Stoicism, but remains as pertinent today as ever.
Stoicism isn't merely about enduring adversity.
It's about recognizing the immense strength that arises from knowing when to set boundaries,
when to prioritize self-care, and how to offer genuine support
to others without sacrificing your own well-being. It's about mastering the delicate balance of compassion without self-neglect,
refraining from sacrificing your own needs solely to appease others.
Intrigued? You should be, for today we embark
on a profound exploration of how these ancient Stoic principles can revolutionize
your approach to kindness, generosity, and even self-care.
If you've ever felt drained from giving too much of yourself, or are curious about how Stoicism can guide you toward a more balanced existence, then this discussion is tailor-made for you. I implore you not to overlook any part of this discourse.
By choosing to engage fully, you demonstrate your willingness to stand apart from the norm, to embrace the role of an exception. So, picture this. You're the dependable individual whom everyone relies on.
The one who never hesitates to lend a hand or an ear.
It's gratifying, isn't it?
To be the cornerstone of support for others, the fixer of problems.
However, there's a twist. It's as though you're gradually dispersing fragments of your essence, until, one day, you find yourself depleted, unable to offer anything more. Suddenly, when you find yourself in need, you realize you are standing alone.
Why? Because you've given away all that you had. And herein lies the wisdom of Stoicism.
Guidance from revered thinkers like Marcus Aurelius illuminates the significance of self-care. He underscored that we cannot effectively serve others if we neglect ourselves. According to him, our well-being forms the bedrock upon which we can extend assistance to others. Without it, our capacity to help crumbles.
Consider the analogy of two neighbors with gardens to illustrate this concept. One diligently tends to their own garden, ensuring its health and vitality, and thus has an abundance to share. Conversely, the other neighbor, consumed by tending to others' gardens, neglects their own, resulting in an overgrown, withered, and unproductive garden. The lesson here is clear. Prioritizing self-care is essential before extending assistance to others. This isn't to suggest that helping others is discouraged.
Rather, Stoicism urges us to seek balance and sustainability in our acts of kindness. It prompts us to question, is my assistance sustainable?
Am I nurturing my well-being in the process?
As Epictetus famously remarked, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters.
This wisdom underscores our agency and power to decline when necessary, ensuring that our acts of kindness don't compromise our health and happiness. Plato, another titan of Western philosophy, highlighted the importance of self-awareness, particularly concerning excessive generosity.
He emphasized that understanding oneself is crucial in navigating the terrain of altruism,
suggesting that unchecked generosity can lead to imbalance and self-neglect.
Understanding oneself entails recognizing our limitations
and acknowledging that genuine help and kindness stem from a place of inner strength, not depletion.
Carl Jung, a towering figure in psychology, aptly stated, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes."
This encourages introspection to ensure that our energy isn't squandered
on external demands at the expense of our inner well-being. The Stoics, including Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus, championed the purity of action, advocating for doing the right thing for its intrinsic value, rather than seeking external rewards or recognition. Seneca, in particular, extolled the virtues of generosity, asserting that true generosity doesn't seek acknowledgement, but
simply gives because it's morally right.
He emphasized the importance of giving freely, without attachment or expectation, likening a greaseless benefit to something that sticks to the fingers.
Stoic generosity emanates from a place of spiritual abundance rather than mere material wealth,
resonating with Aristotle's concept of finding joy in virtuous acts themselves, independent of external rewards.
Plato underscored the significance of aligning our actions
with our highest ideals, irrespective of the outcomes.
This approach to generosity emphasizes giving because it reflects who we aspire to be, not because we anticipate reciprocity.
It's about embodying the virtues we hold dear and staying true to our ideals.
Furthermore, Carl Jung's insights into the shadow and the persona encourage us to integrate all aspects of ourselves, including the joy we derive from giving without expectations.
Embracing this aspect of ourselves represents a profound act
of self-integration and authenticity.
Epictetus imparts a powerful lesson on the importance of recognizing our agency over our intentions and actions, rather than fixating on the outcomes.
When we give, we do so from a place of empowerment,
consciously choosing generosity and kindness without expecting reciprocation.
This mindset shift redirects our focus from what the world owes us
to what we can contribute, fostering a sense of liberation. Giving without expectation not only embodies nobility, but also
liberates us from the disappointment of unmet expectations and the resentment of feeling used. It nourishes our spirit of generosity, enriching our lives and those around us
with enduring joy, regardless of the scale of impact. In today's hyper-connected world, where demands on our time,
energy, and attention abound, Stoicism's emphasis on personal virtue and inner tranquility
reminds us of the importance of asserting boundaries.
However, it's essential to clarify that this isn't about forsaking those in need,
but rather safeguarding our well-being to better serve others.
Consider the poignant tale of a devoted mother who, out of love, catered to her daughter's every need, unwittingly hindering her daughter's ability to navigate life independently.
This narrative underscores a profound Stoic truth. Excessive assistance can impede personal growth.
Stoicism teaches us that fostering autonomy in others is vital, and setting boundaries isn't synonymous with callousness, but rather encourages loved ones to cultivate their strength and resilience.
Marcus Aurelius' emphasis on self-discipline and understanding what lies within our control
resonates deeply in the context of establishing boundaries.
It involves acknowledging that while we can offer support, we cannot live others' lives for them. Striking a balance between assistance and enabling ensures that our help genuinely benefits others rather than fostering dependency.
Setting boundaries is crucial in preventing dependency and fostering personal development,
as Seneca advocated for self-sufficiency and cautioned against reliance on others.
By establishing boundaries, we encourage individuals to tap into their inner resources, echoing Seneca's belief that true happiness originates from within, independent of external circumstances.
Aristotle's concept of the golden mean, finding balance between extremes, applies to setting boundaries,
guiding us to balance our inclination to help with the need to prioritize our well-being. This practical wisdom, or phronesis, ensures decisions that benefit both ourselves and others.
Plato's notion of the well-ordered soul, harmonizing different aspects of the self,
mirrors the act of setting boundaries, creating internal coherence, and enabling more effective interaction with the world.
From a depth psychology perspective, Carl Jung would assert
that boundary setting is integral to individuation, delineating our identity from others and fostering self-discovery.
Many learn the importance of setting boundaries through experience, realizing the risks of being perceived as perpetually available.
Stoicism and its modern interpretations guide this transformation, encouraging assertiveness in saying no when necessary.
This shift signals respect for our time and energy,
aligning with Marcus Aurelius' emphasis on self-respect and Seneca's notion of true freedom emerging from self-mastery.
By asserting boundaries, we assert control over our time and energy, asserting our autonomy in deciding how to allocate them. Epictetus would likely remind us that while we cannot control how others perceive our actions,
we have full agency over our own actions and responses. Setting boundaries becomes an exercise in focusing on what's within our control,
emphasizing our actions rather than external perceptions.
Plato might interpret setting boundaries through the lens of his theory of forms, where the ideal form of helpfulness isn't about limitless availability,
but rather offering sustainable help that respects the integrity and well-being of both the giver and receiver. from the perspective of analytical psychology.
Carl Jung would assert that setting boundaries is
essential for individuation, the process of becoming fully oneself.
By delineating our limits, we define ourselves in relation to others, crucial for psychological health and personal development. Setting boundaries is a declaration of our worth, asserting that our time and energy are valuable resources.
It doesn't diminish our capacity for care.
Rather, it allows us to offer help more effectively,
without resentment or exhaustion clouding our intentions.
This transformation teaches others to respect our time and energy, fostering mutual respect and healthy, balanced relationships.
It's not a sign of weakness or selfishness, but a powerful statement
of self-respect and a step towards harmonious interactions.
Living a Stoic life means finding balance between caring for others and caring for ourselves. It's about recognizing that we can't give from an empty cup, and that our ability to help others hinges on our own well-being. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus understood that inner peace requires conscious, deliberate choices
about how we engage with the world and where we set our limits. Stoicism teaches us to find fulfillment in acting according to our principles,
contributing to the world in ways that respect our values and limitations. By embodying these Stoic principles, we become models for others,
inspiring them to find their own balance and protect their inner peace, while extending kindness and generosity to the world.
In closing, Stoicism invites us to live boldly and compassionately,
with an awareness of both our needs and the needs of others.
It's about engaging with the world fully while preserving our inner sanctuary of peace,
navigating life's complexities with wisdom, courage, and an open heart.